composition, and the late game scaling is going to drop off a little bit in exchange for that, whereas TODAK, they're going all in on that late game, and it's all up to Cho and the Fanny to create the space necessary to reach that point of the game. Will it work out? These teams will now clash as we enter the land of dawn.
It's all about the early game. I want to see early aggressions coming in from both sides of the team, but especially SMG now that Box is using this Paquito in the jungle. For those of you who are not aware, like what, 2 or 3 patches ago, the Paquito has been buffed in terms of his jab damage. There's a lot of burst damage that's going to come in, and I'm pretty sure that Box puts all 3 points onto penetration with this assassin emblem. So I'm looking at pure carnage, but at the same time, I want to see how Rival does with this Fanny, which again has only been picked up twice in the entire MPL season.
People usually don't let the Fanny through, and I do like that Rival is playing on the high and dry here. Was a little bit worried he might go for the safer Festival of Blood we see other players go for, but he definitely needs the damage in this team composition. All of his laners need to farm. Zyme Senpai nearly dying to that final bad impact, but the flicker keeps him alive.
Yeah, but he's gonna stay alive for that one skirmish. If he makes another mistake, TODAK, they can really start to punish. And right now, Momo and Sasa, it looks like it's a pretty even playing field here in the goal lane. Nah, I'm gonna take it back. Momo has a clear advantage. He's really using the Popo Kupa well. And honestly, Popo Kupa is kind of how do I say? It doesn't look difficult, but it's actually quite difficult. The mechanics on the Popo Kupa, they look simple, but it really isn't.
As someone who did recently pick up Popple and Kubai as well, I can agree with you there. And I also agree that this is basically the best lane matchup against a Beatrix you can probably pick in the entire game for the gold lane here. But now Zyme Senpai in danger again. Rival, just not enough energy. The purple buff has already expired. Gets pulled back by Shadow Stampede, but has enough for one steel cable getting him out.
That was a close call for both of them, for both Rival as well as Zyme Senpai. If Rival stayed there for just a little bit longer, it could have been a death for both sides. So good discipline coming in from the both of them. And this is Team SMG. They are textbook. 2 minutes in, they go straight for the turtle. But 4 minutes goes in. Chico guys tried to stall them out just a little bit. But Box, no contestation. He managed to get the turtle with no problem.
That is nice timing from Team SMG. And again, this is a very textbook team. They know cooldowns. They know what are windows of opportunity they can use. Niku actually messing up his combo there with the flicker, putting him under the tower, pulled back by Zyme Senpai as well, who will relinquish the kill over the hate, claiming that first blood.
I'm pretty sure Chico guys wish that Cold Altar was on his side and not from the side of Hate. Yeah, that was a missed combo, but also a very good reaction from Zyme Senpai. And this is why it's so difficult playing a Cho up against a Ruby, just because the Ruby has 2 skills that can interrupt your full combo.
Yep, and this is why I do like playing the Ruby into Cho myself. That disruption makes a big difference. But now Zyme Senpai gonna run into Rival again. I'm offended, going to miss, allowing Momo to get the stun. A nice dash over the wall means that Rival goes on to Box instead. But the damage from Sasa makes it so that he has to retreat. No casualties again for the Fanny.
Yeah, the Fanny unfortunately does not seem to have enough damage as of yet. Probably has to wait for that Blade of Heptasis, or if he wants, he can go for a very early Malefic Roar. Sasa is getting focused on to Chico guys. Right now, I feel like their only target is to get as much gold as they can from this from the shield, and looks like they managed to get all of it. A very good play, but Sasa and Box try to fight back. Chico guys taking quite a lot of damage, but he managed to run away.
Good timing. The Shinpo makes it so that he doesn't get CC'd by the knockout strike, and otherwise he would have actually died there. But this is another strength of Popple and Koopa. This is easily the hero that takes towers the fastest in the entire game. They nearly killed the entire tower, not the gold shield, the entire tower in that single push from TODAK.
Yeah, and Momo having this Weapon Master on this Popple Koopa, any kind of items he builds, the damage number is going to be way more than what you would originally expect. The turtle has spawned, and Team SMG, looking at the position that they have right now, 4 of the members are actually well positioned to secure this for themselves.
Yeah, Smooth on top of it alongside Box. Is already down to half HP. Rival nowhere nearby. Looks like they're just going to give this away, since Rival already used his Retribution earlier, probably to secure a jungle camp. Meaning that Team SMG will keep their net worth lead for now. top lane being threatened, but because Sasa is being pushed so far back by Momo, Rival can't even make an attempt onto the Beatrix.
It's not a good laning phase for Sasa, but it's completely fine as long as the rest of his team is doing well. He has not died yet, so that's still good. Rival, that was a mistake. Smooth managed to take him down. Right now, he's focusing on the performance, and this is why I say Smooth is one of the best EXP laners here in Malaysia.
That was just a mistake by Rival there. You don't do that kind of damage to someone that already has popped the battle spell, the Vengeance. I'm pretty sure Rival ended up killing himself there because under ordinary circumstances, a Tamus would not be able to kill a Fanny. But now Chiku in danger, the double knockout strike into the cult altar. But the bad impact makes it so they can't go further.
Yeah, but either way, is Chiku so far, he is... I would say his career for this season as a roamer hasn't been good just because people roughly know how aggressive he is, so he usually gets punished. Zyme Senpai pop up the conceal, but noticed by Momo, no trade is going to be done.
We have to note, however, that even though the entire top tower was taken by Momo, full gold shield and all, Team SMG actually still has the gold lead, so I'm wondering where that difference is mainly. We see Rival finally has the Blade of Heptases. Oh my goodness! The shotgun to the face.
Yep. As my mom told me, if you get shotgun to the face, you will die.
Yep, that's usually the case.
Yeah, my mom did not lie to me. I appreciate that very much, mother. Right now, Formace is going to get targeted by two members of Team SMG. He tries to run away. He already popped his sprint. Move is there. Chiku, guys, unfortunately, still a botch combo, so they won't be able to get a kill. Box is still there, trying to dish out damage to Chiku. So far, Chiku just making sure that his friend stays alive. They're going for Smooth. Smooth is solo. Box comes to fight back, and Box kills. Box steals a kill.
This is kind of frustrating here. TODAK are making some really rookie mistakes you wouldn't expect from a team of this kind of experience. Chiku obviously not very comfortable in the roam position. That is the second Wave the Dragon he has muddled up there. Otherwise, that should have been an easy kill onto Smooth, and that's just going to allow Team SMG to balloon even further in the net worth lead.
Yeah, I apologize for that very bad play-by-play, but the thing is, I was expecting when Chiku goes in, someone else follows him up, but come on, like this is one of my worries, that they might have some miscommunications here when one person is going forward and the rest are retreating. They need to make sure that they are in the same page.
Well, hopefully they're able to find that same page pretty soon. Right now, Team SMG in a very comfortable spot. Chiku forced the flicker to get away. That's a very important initiation tool for a Cho. Meaning that Chiku not going to be able to make a good catch on his own for the next 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, and Rival not doing so well. 0-2 and 0. It's going to be hard for him to really give an impact in this game. The best thing that he can do is to focus on to Sasa, but if Hate is there, if Zyme Senpai is there, I find it very difficult for him to burst out Sasa super fast, because the moment you see the Fanny, you just pop the cut altar, and if Rival preemptively does damage, Chiku, guys, taking a lot of that, by the way. Sasa tries to snipe him out. Rival is here, and unfortunately Momo has to use his flicker. Hate wanting to go in, but he has to be careful. Moon is there. Moon is still looking strong. Rival goes in. He manages to get Hate, and Rival goes away. Formace is focusing on to Zyme Senpai. Zyme Senpai misses his ult, getting pushed back by Box. It's unfortunate, but that does happen sometimes.
I think that's a good disengage, though. They end up only losing Hate there, and now you actually do have to kind of respect Rival's damage. He has the Blade of the Heptases, so he's going to be doing a lot of DPS. Overall, though, Team SMG, we're still making... Oh, hold on. They're actually going on to Moon now. Will he be able to escape? He sidesteps pretty well, but the Cult Altar will secure the kill.
This is what I said before we go into the game. For the side of TODAK, how they really control the map is every single player has their own zone that they have to control. So we will see a lot of times where some of the members of TODAK, they will be alone, out of position. Even if they're in a safe spot, just the fact that they are alone, the turret, the tower can only focus on one person at a time. So if 3 people goes in, even if you trade 1 for 1, I would say trading 1 for 1 for a Sicilian is pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as they can delay Moon scaling for as long as possible, Team SMG will be in a pretty good spot. On top of that, Zyme Senpai actually going to miss that hook there, so Chiku does just narrowly escape. That could have been quite dangerous considering the shotgun Beatrix right behind him. But this Lord has now spawned. Honestly, Considering that this is a TODAK game, we're seeing a lot less kills than we're used to, and that is because Team SMG are the ones controlling the tempo and only choosing fights that they themselves want to take.
Personally, I casted the TODAK going up against Team Hot Game, so even if we go like 20 minutes, I would say TODAK still has a chance of winning. They just have this crazy combat potential right now. Smooth is gonna go in, and he's gonna get kicked out. Is that the real choice they want to do? Rival secures the kill. Hate popped his altar. They're gonna focus on 2 4-mains. Look at the amount of damage that he took. It looked like he had 0 shield in that fight.
Yep, the Esmeralda is a tanky hero, but not when face-to-face with Wesker. They do trade 1-for-1 there, and I don't think it's too bad, EXP for EXP, but now Chiku in a lot of danger.
Oh!
He has to safety, and Sasa is taken out! Killing spree going over the rival. Zion Senpoi picked up as well. They lose Chiku, but they get 2 more from SMG.
Look at that bait. TODAK just fished the kill. Chiku guy's just like, yeah, I'm out of position. I'm out of position. What are you going to do about it? And Rival just goes in. Looking at the items over here, Rival already has the Blade of Heptases as well as Malefic Roar. So yeah, he will deal quite significant amount of damage. And in terms of Team SMG, the only one with armor is just Smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ruby as well.
Yeah, it did take a while for Rival to hit this, but this is now his power spike. He is the one in control of the map. Team SMG needs to be prepared for this burst damage from the Fanny. They have the time to cult Altar perfectly. Lord going to be started on. It's quite low on HP. The box on top of it. The pull onto Chiku will disable him as the cult altar comes out. They're gonna 50-50 this Lord. Don't know who is going to, but it is Box who secures it. Zion Senpoi gets taken out. Mega kill going over the Rival. They pick up Chiku, but they also lose Box in exchange.
Yeah, but Box managed to secure the Lord for Team SMG, so that is still quite clutch right now for the side of TODAK as well as SMG. Even though we saw a pretty crazy team fight, I would still say it is Team SMG's game. They're in full control. They only have to make sure that Rival is taken care of. And unfortunately, because they couldn't do that, Sasa was focused down, Hate was focused down. And right now, Rival, as well as 4-mains, they're just focusing on the Lord. And it looks like this Lord is not going to do anything for Team SMG.
It's the first Lord of the game, so you usually expect it to die before it can really do structural damage. But this is probably the first time we've seen the Lord die while it's still on their half of the map. So TODAK, even though they are behind in net worth, are definitely scaling up well. And Moon, despite not actually having farmed too much until this point, has the highest damage on the map.
You gotta respect the poke damage because he wants that stack, and if he wants to make it matter, he might as well just dish it to the heroes, right? He might as well dish it to Hate, Zion Senpoi, Sasa. I mean, like, if you're trying to tank, then might as well. And Moon's damage is just gonna scale up more and more after this. Chiku guys found it. Is he gonna do anything about it? And look at the damage coming in from Sasa. Chiku guys unfortunately cannot go away. Boss is gonna focus onto 4-mains. 4-mains tries to run, but he can't really do anything. Smooth finds Momo tries to run away, and Smooth is still chasing after, and there's nowhere that Moon can go. And TODAK made a big mistake, and Team SMG capitalized on it.
I already saw that combo. The Zion Senpoi and Sasa waiting in the box is actually chasing this. He's going for it. Rival gonna get shut down. No energy to escape. That's gonna be 4 kills going over to Team SMG. An excellent ambush into a series of dives.
The jab, man, the jab. And again, we saw no energy. What can you really do? You can just... And the fact that Box retreat Rival to make sure that his movement speed is lowered even more, yeah, that's nothing much that you can do. And this is why I say this is still a Team SMG game. They're controlling the map. And Team TODAK, let's face it, they do have this positional mistake where they put themselves in trouble. Chiku guys goes in, and then everyone else tries to help. And look at the AI winning prediction brought to us by Mega Delivery, 67% for Team SMG.
They're still playing by the book. Very good, very disciplined, and this is exactly what they're attempting to achieve in this game. You can definitely see that Zion Senpoi and Sasa roaming around together, hiding in bushes, because with the pull from the Ruby right into Wesker, that's enough to basically kill any member on the side of TODAK. That's what happened to Chiku earlier, and because the rest of them tried to come in to save or to potentially re-engage into the cult altar, that ended up being quite disastrous for them. Every time I see these two hiding in a bush, something is going to happen, and it scares me.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you want to do your
Ooh.
job, but you can't do it well. For me,
There it is.
do not tank that. The damage from Sasa is a little bit too much. TODAK, they can't open the map. It's too dangerous for them. Smooth pushes Moon away. They're focusing on this purple buff, being super respectful as well as disciplined, not really going for kills, just making sure that rival can't play the game.
Yep, as long as rival doesn't have the purple buff, Team SMG can take the Luminous Lord with impunity. There is nothing TODAK can do to threaten this right now, since they are still one man down too. So rival is going to make the right choice here and try to split push. Smooth gonna come in. I don't think he actually will get this tower, I believe. Should be able to get away as well.
Yeah, but still a very good read from Smooth, or for Team SMG as a whole. We saw Smooth already making his way to the bottom lane turret, try to really save it. Fortunately, the damage is a little bit too much. Looking at the items over here, Rival is still focusing fully on his damage. He's really hoping he can one-shot anyone. He does not even try to build any armor to deal with Sasa's damage, because once the Beatrix already has the Blade of Despair and the Malefic Roar, even if you have armor, it looks like it almost looks like a wasted slot, just because you can just pile on the damage with Wesker.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much, so I understand what they are trying to go for here. But if we look at the items, despite TODAK being 6k gold behind, they are actually farming quite well. Moon especially is actually quite even with people like Sasa on the side of SMG, so he will be doing a lot of damage, but the same can be said for this Lord right now, pushing in already half the health of the mid inhibitor, falling in favor of SMG. Rival, he's doing the same thing he was doing on the Ling previously too.
Yeah, and good thing from Smooth as well that he proxied the wave, so no minions can actually come. So even if he stays there for like 3 minutes, no help is gonna come by. Sasa is trying to pressure this mid lane turret, and Team TODAK, there's not much that they can do. They can just stay in the base, hoping for Team SMG to possibly make a mistake, wait for Moon to scale up, make it so that if he catches Sasa, he can basically get a one-shot onto this Beatrix.
This is an ideal state for Team SMG right now. They are in full control over the game, and this is when they will be strongest here in the late game, when they have the lead. But TODAK has also been known to come back from these sort of situations before, so both teams are actually still perfectly capable of claiming victory in this game, which means that we still need to remain quite vigilant.
This is one of the situations I'm very interested to know the blood pressure from Team TODAK. Imagining any other team in this kind of situation, their blood pressure would be super high, before TODAK is like exceptionally low. It's like this. We even do this in Scrim, guys. Like, this is a little bit too normal for us.
This is just another regular work day for the players under the TODAK banner here. You can see they're even pushing out to try and make aggressive plays despite their position. So they don't mind at all. Simsenpoi, he doesn't know how close he was to catching out Moon right there. If he did that, that would have been bad. But he does get it! Flicker forward into the hook. Chiku will bite the bullet. A really good sacrificial play.
Look at
but
Box!
it might not be enough, because Box finds Moon in the back line. Rival not doing enough damage at all, but Formaze actually picks off Sasa by himself. Box finds the triple kill onto Momo, and now they're all piling onto Formaze. Maniac going over the Paquito on Team SMG.
How many Maniacs have we seen here in MPL Season 10? This is absolutely crazy. And again, TODAK, it did not look like they were from behind. They actually took that fight trying to do something. I thought that Moon could have survived, but Box, he was relentless. He really did not care. He's going straight for the kill, and I like this performance from Box, 7-1 and 4, making sure that for the side of TODAK, if they're gonna ban any jungler out, don't ban out the Box here, ban out the Paquito, because his Paquito is properly scary.
Indeed, Box is actually very comfortable on these types of heroes himself. After all, he did have his roots as an assassin player, so this is a pretty good mid-ground comparing his tank junglers as well. And as we saw from that last fight, he just dived all the way into the backline for TODAK. And TODAK, they have a very front-to-back composition. They need Chiku and Formaze to buy time for Moon and Momo to do damage. But because Chiku sacrificed himself to save Moon, and Formaze was already busy distracting 3 members of SMG, the backline was completely free for Box. The Paquito just went in, dismantled them all, and then came back to just pick off Formaze for good measure.
Box is giving the nightmares, but the real thorn in the side of TODAK is Simsenpoi as well as Sasa, just because, like you said, Formaze, what does he want to do? He actually wants to tank for the team, but Sasa kind of makes Formace look like a support. He makes this Esmeralda look like an Angela. Not much damage can be taken here, and Team SMG just got a free inhibitor turret here in mid, and looks like they're going to continue with the pressure.
They want to see if they can get bot inhibitor as well. Koopa will tank a few shots from Sasa, but it's not going to be enough as now Smooth is just zoning them out. Simsenpoi nearly dying, staying under the tower a bit too long, but he is fine. Rival still cutting off the wave, but there's still one more coming for SMG, so TODAK needs to defend that as well as top lane. Simsenpoi actually jumping in with the Cult Altar. He gets a nice hook, but not enough follow-up from Team SMG, and they do have to back this off. Not able to find the correct angle. They need to respond to Rival.
This is usually how TODAK wins their games. They get the desperation from the enemy team, and we saw the desperation coming in from Simsenpoi going in, trying to engage, but TODAK with a very good disengage as well. They're reading SMG, because again, SMG, they're very textbook, but the thing about books is that you can read them. And as of right now, it looks like TODAK is not illiterate. They know what they're being shown here, and Team SMG, they can't be too comfortable because, again, this is a situation that even TODAK is comfortable with, but I'm not comfortable with Moon's position. Moon, back up a little bit. That's a little bit too far. Moon is going to get caught off by Smooth, but he manages to run away. Smooth is going to get targeted. He has his immortality, and they're trying to pop it right now. It has been popped. Simsenpoi goes to the front. Kill Altar has been used, focusing on to Chiku. His own immortality has been used. Formace has to run away. Right now, the Kill Altar has been expired. Formace goes back in. He tries to tank damage, half HP gone, and Team TODAK, they played that well.
That's actually a beneficial trade for TODAK. They trade the immortality on Chiku in exchange for Cult Altar and the immortality and Vengeance on Smooth. That is pretty worth. That allows them to push up the top lane tower. They're gonna take that. The Lord is coming up in 5 seconds, and TODAK are the ones in control of the river side.
TODAK, they really don't follow the science. This does not make any type of sense. Simsenpoi, he's gonna get caught. Look at the damage that has been dished out by Moon. Moon still secures his own positioning. Formace is chasing after Sasa. The Cult Altar has been used. Chiku, guys, is just going to zone them out. But look at the Winter Truncheon from Formace. Formace will still go down. Rival has arrived. Focus on Simsenpoi. Smooth is in the middle of the action. Simsenpoi has been brought down. Momo as well as Moon has not been touched. Team TODAK, they're continuing the pursuit. How do they do this? How do they get this crazy comebacks? Team TODAK is in the base of Team SMG. Rivals going in, and Team TODAK won game number 1.
The King of Comebacks moniker is not just for show, ladies and gentlemen. We call them the fan favorites, and they have rewarded us time and time again. How quickly